All right, and we're back again. Amazingly, I'm surprised that we've been able to continue doing this.
I can hear the booze already.
I haven't even had a sip yet.
I meant booze like boo.
Oh, okay.
This is off to a horrible start already.
Interpreted anyway, then booze.
Booze leads to booze,
I
right?
can hear the booze already.
Yeah. Like, oh, welcome to the next episode. Boo, right?
And today we have with us a Mr. Christopher Miller.
Hello, happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Chris.
I think I got a text message from Matt saying, "Hey, you should be in one of the things." So I said I would.
I think Steve and I had already been drinking when I said that.
Yeah. And this is a great way. I'm off to a wedding. I'm really looking forward to this wedding afterwards. But this is a great way to have a couple beer beforehand, spend a little bit less at the bar.
It also evens out the day, right? Because this part will be so shitty.
Yeah.
And the wedding will be so awesome. You're like, yesterday it was like a C+ my day.
Yeah. I'll just
get out all your silliness now, and then the wedding will be
I can
more
just cry.
serious. You can cry. Yeah.
Everyone loves a guy crying, right, at a wedding, right? The girls find it so endearing.
From the table far in the back.
Are you at the kids' table, Chris?
I haven't seen the arrangements, Matthew.
Oh, that's fair. You didn't help plan this one?
So anyway,
Off track.
This is Two Idahoan Potato Farmers.
Pause for TV theme.
Theme song.
Yeah, not TV.
You could just leave that in. Two Idahoan Potato Farmers! Alright, let's jump right into the pitch here.
The pitch.
Who wants to go first?
I'll take the lead.
All right.
We're
I got
gonna
two.
do this, clockwise style.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, I have two. They're both related. They're both sequels to other movies, and they're both kids' sports movies. So we had Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3, and now we have Mighty Ducks 4, and it's about Kenny Wu, and he's grown up, and he's now dating a girl, and he's meeting their parents for the first time. And it's called D4, Guess Wu's Coming to Dinner.
Guess who's going?
For the record, Matthew was laughing and clutched his stomach. He was found that so funny.
Oh, man. No one makes me laugh like me.
That's pretty wicked.
All right, but then to follow D4, we have D5. Now this is where all the Mighty Ducks, they die in a horrible bus crash, and they become the hockey team for heaven, and they have to play against Hell's team. I don't have a team name for them. I tried to come up with a pun on the Hawks, but I just couldn't come up with anything. But that's called D5, the Almighty Ducks.
God. I like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's change this. Let's pretend I said Guess Who's last, so we're still laughing about it.
What a great idea, Matt.
Yeah. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
And the funny thing is that grammatically, it would, if you're reading it, it'd be like, Guess Woo's coming to dinner.
I know. When I was coming up with
this guy's coming to dinner.
I guess Who's coming to dinner. Cool. I didn't hear from him.
The parents refer to him by his last name. Hey, Woo.
Maybe Kenny, because he's Chinese. Maybe Kenny is his family name. Woo's his first name.
Kenny. Woo Woo Kenny Woo.
The fine Chinese traditional name, Kenny.
Who plays on the All-American team of Mighty Ducks.
His parents were immigrants, all right?
Oof.
Woo!
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind, Chris, mine follows in the same theme as that.
Yeah, no, you should probably go.
I've only got one pitch today, or maybe two. But the first one is also Mighty Ducks themed, but it's more of a prequel / in between the events of Mighty Ducks 1 and before. It's kind of weird. It's Gordon Bombay is, before he's the hotshot executive, he was playing in a band alongside hockey team. And he was part of this band that was called the Bombay City Rollers. But there was all this like band struggle, and so he couldn't keep up with hockey and the band, so the band kicked him out and they dropped the bomb. And became the regular Bay City Rollers.
That's surprisingly complex. Yeah. That's good.
That's what happens when we play in baseball.
Yeah. Just a little precursor to all this. So when Steven and I were trying to come up with sports idea movies, we thought the best way would be to play sports while we did it.
Yeah.
It was
we were also trying to come up with Western movie ideas.
Oh, yeah, and then that just turned horribly.
You decided to go to a field and rope some calves. Get in the mood.
Yeah.
Put on your chaps and head to the field.
Man. I was already wearing my chaps. So.
Yeah.
Bombay City Rollers. And that's basically it.
Nothing else?
Oh, well, I could do...
I was really hoping for a Little Rascals take on Little Rascals.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite kids.
I do love it.
Oh, man. Was Cheapskates one?
I don't...
Was that yours or mine?
That was yours. That's why I don't remember it at all.
I blocked it from my memory so bad. Oh, no, I remember now, yeah. It's inner city youth come together and learn about worldly things. Wait, not worldly things, but like
rollerblading
through rollerblading club, and it's called Cheapskates.
It's like having that inspirational violin teacher in inner city America.
But they're all rollerblading.
All right, because these are never going to get used. I'm just going to say a couple more before Chris goes. This is the story. It's the downfall and rise of Anna Kournikova, where she's playing tennis.
Oh, God.
She's playing tennis, and her career falls apart. And so she starts a jewelry line, and it's called Racket Earrings.
Took me a second.
Racket Earrings.
Oh, man. I didn't say these were going to be good. I specifically said these will never be used. And this is actually Steven's, but I thought it was funny, just the premise. Oh. It's just about two 40-year-olds who start playing tennis and they fall in love. It's called 40 Love.
You see, I could actually see that in theater.
It's sad.
There are movies called 40
looked it up.
Love.
There was like 4 short films called 40 Love.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course there is.
It was so funny.
And I directed them all.
They're all actually student projects.
I play both the man and woman.
Yeah.
And the tennis instructor.
Who has the affair with himself, apparently.
Okay.
Chris.
Oh, I guess I'll switch it up a little bit from kids' sports movies. These 2 brilliant ideas came to me when laying in bed this morning, thinking, I should probably come up with some ideas. So this is the first one. It's a bit of think of it sort of as Space Cowboys, the movie with
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Michael Garner.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
James Garner.
James Garner.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. He just died.
May he rest in peace. Absolutely. Yeah. So Space Cowboys mixed with Coyote Ugly a bit. But hear me out before your imagination runs too wild.
I'm picturing Clint Eastwood and James Garner
wearing
dancing on the cantina bar wearing Star Wars,
wearing hot pants.
Yeah, well, that is a movie right there. I think it's actually about a guy who spent time, just a regular astronaut, 40-something-year-old, sort of a Chris Hadfield type. He spent a lot of time on the ISS, or the International Space Station.
Thank you.
And, and he really came to appreciate the male camaraderie on the space station. And he wanted to, and since he's returned to Earth, he hasn't been able to replicate that. So he wanted to open up a male-only bar. Where
I think they have those.
Guys could just hang out. And most of the movie is just him. There's a lot of controversy around it, as there would be.
Segregation is a pretty tough issue in North America.
So that's and the fun thing is that the film doesn't tell you who to root for. It presents it completely even-handedly, and the viewer gets to decide.
Something tells me equality will prevail.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's called Spaceman's Man Space.
I was waiting for that.
I kept trying to think of stuff like the whole time.
All right.
And I came up with horrible stuff, like, international mail. That's what I thought it was going to be, because the International Space Station.
International mail's not bad.
Well, I think I know which one I want.
And number 2 is it's sort of Shawshank Redemption style, and it's a huge mixologist in the States. Yeah, I had to go to jail for some reason, and this part of the jail thing is they have to pick. They're also on a citrus farm. You know how sometimes they give them jobs to do. They pay them 10 cents an hour or whatever. Anyways, so much like Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption, he is a genius, and he actually steals some citruses and starts making really, really good
moonshine
in his, and he's actually starts selling it. And the guards come, they find it, but then they realize that it's actually super good. So looking for a way to make the jail more money, they actually open up another bar, much like Spaceman's Man Space. Not a male
Clint
only,
will also
but
be there.
Yeah.
Well, it is man only, because it's like a prison.
That's true, but they open up for the public, and he's the head bartender. And anyways, so, and these citrusy drinks are all the rage, and where the story goes is for you to decide. But that one is titled Lime and Punishment.
God damn it, Chris.
Or limes and punishment too. I don't know which one we want to go with.
Lime and punishment. Man, those were knock 'em out of the park ones right there.
Whoa. Guess who's coming to dinner?
I have a soft spot for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Don't pick it. Please don't. The whole story is in the title.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so that's my contribution.
Oh, God.
Limes and punishment.
I thought I was going to pick Bombay City Rollers going into this, but this is tough now.
Oh, man, I like Spaceman's Man Space.
I know. Does anyone have a definitive vote right now?
Not at all. No.
Spaceman's Man Space.
All right, so that's one for Spaceman's
Lime
Man Space.
Lime and punishment is good, but I don't know if I want to do another jail movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
for those
Spaceman's Man Space is pretty good.
You could also not do that too.
I like the Spaceman's Man Space.
It's down
There's
to...
a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's down to Spaceman's Man Space and Bombay City Rollers. But the only thing with Bombay City Rollers is we kind of wrote the movie in that description right there.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of done.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it would be because there was very little time in between the events of Mighty Ducks 1 and beforehand.
It would have to be after Mighty Ducks 2, though, because we were brought in... The Iceland team was part of the story as well.
Oh, yeah, they were in the band. That's why the coach hates them so much.
That makes sense.
Because they never really explained that animosity, but now you know. They were both in the Bay City Rollers.
And when I think about Icelandic people, I think of a friendly, jovial bunch.
I know.
Not
what
the
horrific event could have jaded that man.
No kidding.
And it was
Gordon
Bombay.
Bands have a tendency of doing that, I guess.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to vote Spaceman's Man Space.
Yeah, me too.
I like it. It's really funny.
Okay, well, there we have it.
Just once
you can still make a vote if you want.
That's okay.
Vote for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
You know, I really did feel connected to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So
one vote. I'm going to start a little tally sheet of who wins each week.
Yeah.
And Chris already starting off strong with a win.
Yep.
Oof, yeah.
You tied. We both won one.
Yeah, we both got one.
Yeah, so Jeremy's losing. What a founding member. What a loser.
What a loser. We should have called him to show up to this.
Oh, yeah. He's probably in town right now. We were talking about this yesterday. All right, well, Jeremy.
Sorry, Jeremy.
I'm sort of sorry. I don't really care all that much.
Yeah, we don't care.
They've actually started calling me Jeremy now. I might be taking
So we're using Jeremy's idea, Spaceman. Space.
Yeah.
Okay, for this one,
it's a true classic Legui over there.
let's jump to the next spot here. So that was the pitch.
Yeah.
And
director.
Right?
Yeah.
Who could just because you mentioned Clint Eastwood, I feel like Clint Eastwood would do this.
He could direct it. And he's all about social commentary in his
it'd
films.
be a very like in-depth.
Yeah,
movie.
very monochromatic.
And if we stick to, he wants authentic actors, so they're all real astronauts that he should cast.
Yeah, Chris Hadfield.
Are there that many
Scott
astronauts?
Star-
that he
I
can
don't
cast?
know many astronauts' names, so I've already kind of chopped this off at the knees right now. Although you guys are probably smarter than me, so you probably know a few more.
Yeah, I got nothing.
What was it? Roberta Bondar.
What's the Sally Ride? Is that, that's not one of them.
Yeah, Sally Ride was.
But that sort of goes against
The whole male
bonding.
crowd.
Yeah.
Well, they're the girls protesting outside.
Yeah,
right?
Sally
Okay.
Ride. Yeah, okay.
And Roberta Bondar.
Okay, that's good.
either of
what's
them
the?
dead?
I don't know. John Glenn.
Oh,
Is he still alive?
Yeah. Neil Armstrong.
yeah.
we
Buzz
need.
Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. Yeah,
He can punch someone in the face.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
That was so good. I loved watching that video.
All right, so let's not cast astronauts.
I don't think they could act.
I also
That's
really,
the point.
I also really appreciate looking over and seeing astronaut up on Wikipedia. That will solve our problem.
Like a 6-year-old doing a report, right? The
Yeah.
broadest topic ever. Just
Yeah.
astronaut.
I want a list of astronauts by name. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's not do this. That's a
Yeah.
terrible idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have it up anyway.
I think Clint Eastwood should be in it.
He didn't only. Does he even? He was in. What's the last movie? Did that something of the Curve or whatever, the baseball one? Doesn't he only direct and act now?
I have no
Besides
idea.
Letters from Iwo Jima,
Yeah, I have no idea. He wasn't in J. Edgar, which he directed.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Or
that.
Jersey Boys.
Did he direct that?
Yeah, I
he
think so,
directed
yeah.
it.
All right. Well, I didn't know this was an IMDb podcast. Getting right up. Casting director Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. Act 1. Jeremy. Figure.
Opening
you
shot,
this one.
Jeremy.
Yeah. What do
Okay.
you want for the opening shot?
You know, I really liked the beginning of Gravity when it was a 19-minute long take or whatever. So let's just do the same.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
but
We wanted-
but
it's
it's
just a-
male bars.
It's just no. It's just a bunch of guys partying in the ISS,
oh, that
and-
sounds like
and-
it could be a long take.
and them just and things are floating around. They got a couple brews on the go.
Where are
Okay.
the women astronauts when this is going on?
Well, I don't know. Anyway,
Overpowered and locked in the closet.
Oh God.
what?
All right. Let's just cut that out.
Well, where are they? I know there's some on there. Wait, we're having our male bonding time. Okay, you girls are gonna have to go into the other pod and just hang out by yourselves.
Hey, isn't
It's
there?
like the escape pod. So as soon as they get it, like you guys are staying here, and they push the button, and it just launches them into space.
Hey, aren't there some bolts that need to be tightened outside? Yeah, the spacesuit's all ready for you.
All right, so I think this should be super sexy.
Yeah.
All the spacesuits are tank tops
Yeah.
and short shorts in space, and we never call attention to the fact why they're not dying.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
Clint Eastwood.
Need to sell these tickets somehow.
Yeah, well, we're going to get the male demographic with this all male movie.
So
So how are we going to get the women in?
So-
Clint Eastwood in short shorts.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah,
Oh,
Clint
God.
Eastwood in short shorts. That'd be something else.
All right, so 19 minutes
Yeah.
shots.
So is Clint
How long is this movie?
is Clint the main character? Like, is he
In
the
Space
guy?
Cowboys?
No. In
this
Space
one.
Man's Man Space. Or is he sort of the secondary?
I feel
Secondary.
like Clint Eastwood is probably fighting for a pre-racial America, right? Segregated America.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. He is the main character. He's been in space so long, he's forgotten what it's like to on Earth. So
Realizes that male-only clubs aren't necessarily.
No, so they're on the space station. It's only men,
Mhm.
and because it's only men, I'm sorry for saying any of this. Because no women, technology has already advanced on the space station by like 1,000 years, and he's like, "This is working." And so he gets back to Earth, and he's like, "Why aren't we doing this?"
that's bad, man.
I know.
That's bad.
I know.
Okay.
Don't get this chocolate milk in my veins.
Yeah.
it's getting me a little loosey goosey.
Yeah.
okay. So the opening shot. What do we see first? That's what we need to see.
All right, so it's CCR is playing.
Yeah, good choice.
And it's like zooming in on the space station, but it's like that experimental film where it just zooms in for 45 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and just zooms in on the space station through space. You're just going through space.
Yeah.
and you just
Passing
hear like,
Jupiter
it
and-
ain't me,
Yeah.
it ain't me. It's just Fortunate Son playing over it, and it gets closer and closer.
And when it gets really close, like the port door or whatever they have, there's a sign on it that says "No girls allowed."
That's a great idea.
It's like floating in space.
and like the R is backwards, like they're 7 years old drawing this thing.
So they were the Little Rascals. There we
Yeah,
go. This is a
this is it.
sequel
This is
to the
working.
Little Rascals.
Okay, that's-
80 years down the line.
Hey, yeah, that's right, because they had the No Girls
Yeah,
Club.
this is it.
Yeah, that's
The
perfect.
He-Man Woman Haters
Mhm.
Club.
That's it. Okay, so that's a way to market it, potentially, too.
Yeah. So then it zooms in, it goes through the window of it, and it's just Donald Sutherland and Clint Eastwood playing the air guitar.
So, is one of them going to be Alfalfa, and one of them going to be, like, are these people grown
It's
up?
the current, like the actors from the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
are now
All right, so
playing this.
Clint Eastwood is Spanky.
Yeah, yeah,
Donald Sutherland is Alfalfa for sure.
great.
And then there's a monkey. And a
For
dog.
scientific
And a
experiments.
dog with a ring over its
Yeah.
eye.
Because they have monkeys and dogs in space, so
Yeah.
it just makes sense that the dog with the ring in his eye and monkey was in
So
space.
he's the Russian dog, though, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, what was that Russian dog name?
Laika.
Well, thing.
Human Wikipedia.
Human Wikipedia over here.
All right. So
Okay, so no girls allowed. They're all partying,
Yeah.
and then he finds out he is being sent back to Earth.
Yeah, after 10 years in
Of
space.
partying with his male astronaut friends.
So is this kind of like getting out of prison and you're like, God, I don't know if I can handle this, right?
I gotta get back in space.
I'm an
that could be
institutional man.
Yeah, maybe that could be a subplot too. Is with this club, he's also trying to raise the funds
Get back
to get back into space.
So it's like Jack from Lost now.
Or even more,
Yeah.
it should be even more Clint Eastwoody, where he gets back down to Earth, and then they tell him that, yeah, you're too old to be flying in space now.
You'll never go back.
And then it hits him.
Yeah.
Because at first he was like, I'll go back to Earth for a bit. Because he has made multiple trips,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Back
Chill
and
out,
forth.
see my other bros.
Yeah. But then now, that's what really sets him into a panic of, oh, what do I do?
And so he starts drinking at a local watering hole.
All men.
Why no? But he's like, why are these women here?
It didn't used to be like this back in
He
the
just hears
30s.
people ordering like an appletini, please.
Yeah.
He's like, God, what the hell? Did I come back to?
So he decides to take it upon. He needs to meet a influential character on the ground.
Yes.
So who does Spanky meet on the ground to set things in motion? Somebody who can make it happen. Like maybe I don't know.
Buckwheat.
Is Buckwheat a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buckwheat?
Is Buckwheat the guy? Yeah.
Oh,
Buckwheat, so.
Uh-uh.
Well, he was.
Is Buckwheat the one that's saying?
I've got a pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's...
got a pickle.
and-
Hey,
right?
hey. Yeah, that's right.
His mom was Whoopi
Whoopi
Goldberg.
Goldberg. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She won't be allowed in this bar.
No.
No.
That's right. But maybe she could have a cameo as one of the.
As his mom again.
She's still alive. This is 80 years later, and she's still alive.
Is this taking place in the future? That's the next question. Because perhaps science could.
This
allow
sounds
her.
pretty feasible right now.
It's true. Yeah.
And we could go like original Little Rascals. We could just pretend the movie took place when the original Little Rascals was out. So now
Yeah.
it's since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, that's good.
present day.
Present day.
This ain't no period piece
No,
or
this is-
sci-fi.
This is right now.
This stuff is
we are
happening
here.
right now. We're
and
living
we
it.
are opening an all-male club.
Wow.
You could have just finished your thought. It would be the same ending.
Nice save, Steven. I saw the look of terror on your face when you had nothing.
Yeah.
It's funny. Sometimes you think if you just start the sentence, it'll end on its own, but it very often does not.
No.
So Clint starts opening this bar. Who is the leader of the people opposing it?
Well, the gay clubs.
Hmm.
Because they're taking away, like, they think it's offensive that you're going to have an all-male club that isn't solely based on being gay.
But you could be gay and be in it, I think.
Yeah,
You just don't get any action.
but they don't want to get hit on at this all-male club.
Not just because you're gay doesn't mean he's going to hit on you.
You're drunk.
Trust me, I know.
Men who are drunk, regardless of being gay or not, are going to hit on other men.
Yeah. I've been there. A lot of confusing nights. But leader of the opposition.
Yeah. Who do we see? Maybe that woman.
Roberta Bondar.
Yeah, that
Some
woman
guy.
from The Mist. Is that
Like the same one from Walking... Oh, that crazy
the
woman.
crazy
oh.
woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate her.
The
I hate her
crazy
so
person.
much.
But she's like
And-
good
and
at
her-
being hateable.
And do you remember on Donnie Darko?
Oh yeah,
Other
Miss
old-
Farmer.
Yeah, those two
Yeah.
play those
they're-
roles so
they're
perfectly.
former female astronauts who
Yeah.
are pissed off that the
Yeah.
male astronauts have been doing this in space. Now they're bringing it to Earth because they were the ones that were locked in the escape pod.
Yeah.
Right,
when
I've
the
said it
parties
like
were
4
going on.
times. Are they playing Roberta Bondar and Sally Ride then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
We don't know either of their names, but they're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
They did their job. It was like, if we hate them this much, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And the thing is,
Shouldn't we start the bar before these
Marsha
opposition?
Gay Harden, is that her name?
Mhm.
I think that's her.
That's her, yeah.
Marsha Gay Harden.
Yeah.
Is from The Mist. Yeah.
yeah, that's her.
But the bar needs to get started before there's any opposition, right? We
Yeah.
haven't even done that.
Yeah, it needs to start and get
So
wildly
Clint Eastwood, he's
popular.
drinking
Okay, so
at that regular bar,
NASA
and he's
tells
mad.
me, yeah, because NASA just told him, gave him the layoff letter. He's like, I just got paid today. And it's like, I
Yeah.
know the feeling, like Wayne's World. It's like, no, I got fired. Yeah, I know.
Mhm. Okay, that happens.
So because the first shot is 45 minutes plus 19 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty
that's
much any
that's
movie
end of Act 1, all right?
Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
him finding out and him going to the bar. That's Act 1.
Yeah.
yeah, good.
Because that's the moment of despair at the beginning.
Okay.
So
Rolling
Act 2,
into Act 2,
yeah.
he is the next shot. It should just. He's standing outside the grand opening of his bar. We
Yeah.
just jump over the details of how he gets it started.
Yeah,
So
how he
this
gets the
this
money.
movie's tagline is going to be yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good.
He went to a bar. He had a drink. Yada yada yada. He opened up his all male club.
Can it be sort of like a? I'm imagining like a Scorsese casino style montage where it's small, and then cut to like
Yeah.
it being a little bit busier, then cuts to
Then
him
there's
wearing a
so
nice
many
suit.
men you can't even get in the door.
Yeah. It is bursting with men, and he just has more and more rings and chains as the place is getting more popular, and he's standing outside, and then after
I thought
a
of
1
name
minute
of the
sequence,
bar.
okay.
Hit us with it.
Super no veg.
Oh.
Okay,
Steven has collapsed.
He is rolling around the carpet right now. I'm surprised nobody just said Uranus.
Yeah. Well, girls have anuses.
Yeah, I guess.
I think. I haven't.
Anyway.
Some more research.
Where's Wikipedia?
Yeah, Wikipedia that.
You definitely know men have them.
Oh, well, girls pee out of their butts, right? So there we go. Of course they have anuses.
All right. Anyway, moving on. So many men
Yep.
bulging out of the doors.
And then this is where it's starting to.
Oh, no. Battle of the Bulge. Bar name.
What does that have to do with space?
There's battles in space. Haven't you seen Star Wars?
It's sort of.
They were having an air guitar battle at the very beginning.
That's true. It's true.
That's
We'll come back to the name. We'll come
yeah,
back.
we'll
to the
come back to
Shuttlecock.
There
we
it is.
go.
There it is.
That's the flavor.
That's the flavor.
That's what.
Okay, shuttlecock. He opens up shuttlecocks.
Yeah.
And it's just insanely busy. Cut
Yeah.
to a news story about this new bar, and then a person in a nice house watching the TV and saying, that is wrong. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, they shouldn't be only men in bars.
No.
I think it'd be this should not go in the movie, but it'd be really funny if women start their own bar and they complain that there's a women-only bar and they get it shut down, but their bar stays going.
Just easily squashes the women's bar.
Go and take them to court. This shouldn't be allowed, right? And they're like, agreed, right?
Hey, I didn't
Yeah.
know we were making a documentary.
Maybe
Realistic.
maybe that should be the last third. The Act 3.
I think
is
that
the
should just
court
be like
battle.
5 minutes where they just decide to shut this women's bar down and it goes back to the...
Back to
It
the-
should just be only seen from the windows of the male bar. So they look across the street and there's an all women's bar. It's like, hey, look at that one open. It's
Not
like,
gonna stand
yeah,
for
well,
this.
he's not gonna, he walks over, makes a phone call. The next day,
SWAT teams running in, kicking over the door.
And then that's
Perfect.
it. They never talk about it again.
Perfect.
Okay, coalition of people trying to shut down shuttlecocks.
Yeah.
And,
Sally Ride, Roberta Bondar.
yeah. And what are their tactics? Protests?
Picket line.
Dress up as men and infiltrate the bar.
Oh, that's good. Robert Bondar. Sal He Ride.
Anybody with a he in the name has got to be a dude.
But then the best part about it is they show up dressed as dudes. They start having a really good time at this bar. It's
Yeah.
like, no wonder they opened this.
Yeah.
And then they stop doing what they do.
So then they both get sex reassignment surgery just so they can keep hanging out at this bar. It's that good.
That is...
Or even better, they get discovered that they're women, and Clint Eastwood is like, oh, it's okay that you're women, but you still gotta get them.
You know, I was thinking of a nice ending where they could
You shouldn't have come to us for the story.
They could do the plea to
Tom
to
Hanks,
Spanky.
the Nazi king.
Yeah. That's true. Where they say,
I forgot they were little rascals.
look how much fun we're all having here together, and then he sees the light.
So
of
it would
way.
be the ending of the Little Rascals movie as well, where
exactly
it's now
exactly.
Oh,
the
yeah.
He-Man
So it
Woman
really-
Haters Club, Girls Allowed
Yeah.
now, right?
So really-
why would they join that club if it was still called the He-Man Woman Haters Club?
Yeah,
This-
that's it.
and they
Or
don't
was it
change
called-
the name.
Was it called the Woman Lovers Club at the end?
No,
It was still He-Man Woman Haters? I
Maybe.
can't remember.
So what you're saying is
I don't
this
know.
is a modern reboot.
Oh.
Little Rascals,
Rascals.
with astronauts.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it makes sense because they'd be making like, oh, what's sexy right now? What's sexy?
Yeah.
Gravity. All right. What's sexy right now? Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Put the two together.
Put the two together.
What's a
Dollar
Little
bills.
Rascals?
I wish I was just about to say, I wish I had a recording of that. Then I remembered that.
Well, I think I know what the title of this episode will be. Sexy Little Rascals.
I do not want to see the picture that Matt photoshops for this one.
A lot of jean shorts, I'll tell you that.
Oh man! God. Okay, so at the end,
That
everybody's
sounds like Act 2, the girl, they get discovered. That sounds like a good enough Act 2.
Okay, we need them to actually lose everything, though.
yeah.
So let's say that they don't necessarily close down the bar, but it's like on a suspension or
Yeah.
something that they're like, you have to change your policies in order to get it back open.
Yeah.
And so then they have to deal with these women directly, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So they're on double secret probation.
Yeah. But then, just like the Little Rascals, do we end it with, oh, women are great people too. Let's invite them in, and then it's a happy ending.
Are we going to be
Well, we
as
could.
racist as the end of the
Yeah.
Rascals?
How does
where,
what happens?
Where every skin color gets matched up with someone of the same skin color. Like Buckwheat has now a black
Yeah,
girlfriend. It's like, well, I couldn't
Yeah, you
have
can
a white
do that.
girlfriend.
That'd
But
be
I
fine.
assume that it's Clint Eastwood's bar. There's only white people in there anyway.
Yeah, let's
So they are matched up by skin color.
I guess so.
That'd be quite the ending. Oh no! Not even gonna
See,
say
it's
what was-
hard.
Yeah.
Not gonna.
It gets
say what
away
was on
from
my
you.
mind. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Is that the ending then?
No,
No,
we
we're
got-
not done yet. We got subplots and shit to get in.
So how do they deal with the problem then? Because we just skipped to the ending. Where
Yeah.
So is the ending because it's a remake? They allow women in at the end.
The how they settle it is a soapbox race.
Yes. Yes.
So the two bullies are there as well, right?
Yeah.
Finders, keepers, losers suck.
Yeah.
The knowledge you both have of
Of random
is
movies.
quite spectacular. And there has to be one scene where Clint Eastwood has to walk in somewhere and he needs to pretend he's super tall or something. So
Oh yeah.
a friend on his shoulders and a super long trench coat.
He needs a loan from the bank because his business hasn't been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he read somewhere that most CEOs are really, really tall. So he knows that if he wants to get the business, he's got to be really, really tall.
Well, he was in space for so long. How is he supposed to know? He's not keeping up to date.
That's true.
Okay, I forgot. Who was Alfalfa? Was it Donald Sutherland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Donald Sutherland is secretly in love with Roberta Bondar as well.
Yeah, so he wants the women to be allowed in. So there's another foil for our protagonist there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they got to lose the race, though.
Yeah.
So that's the opposite. That's the twist on the original. Because if they win the race, they'll stay as all men. The women have to win the race.
Yeah.
Right.
So Donald Sutherland, the same
helps them win.
Yeah.
So maybe right near the finish line.
He gets drunk Kiefer Sutherland to get in the way of the men as they're racing, and by default,
just
the
drunk
women win.
Kiefer just runs into him with his car, slams through the barriers, saying that race in progress because he's hammered and driving. Yeah.
Is you got to play it as it lies.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Again, we're not making a
I
documentary
hitting off
here.
of Frankenstein's flat foot.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was just going to say he installs a spin cycle on their car.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in the movie, all right?
Yeah.
I know.
I
know.
the looks I'm getting right now.
Could we have
I just like drunk Kiefer Sutherland.
That's better. I'm just saying that's what I was going to say. Spin cycle.
We could have
Sutherland's better.
Clint Eastwood, who is now becoming not a villain, but more of an anti-hero sort of thing. At this point,
Yeah, Spanky did the same thing.
He could put weights in the front of his soapbox, much like Cool Runnings, where and at the end they get disqualified, and the women who didn't cheat actually win.
So he gets to keep his dignity by still winning the race, though.
I was just trying to work in
Technicalities,
Cool Runnings.
ladies.
I was trying to think of a tagline. I've got a very like work in progress one right now, where it's like Spaceman's Man Space, where no one wants to hear you scream. I don't know, something to do with women screaming.
I think we can
work in progress.
workshop that one.
Yeah.
By workshop, we mean cut that out.
Yeah.
All right. So the race starts.
Yeah.
Their car is definitely called the Blur. Mm-hmm. It's been around since the beginning of time. 85 years now instead of 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The bullies steal it. Who are the bullies?
Oh, Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers. Those actors. What are they doing now?
They're probably around 85 now.
Yeah.
All right, so Bulk and Skull.
They're just the ultimate bully duo in my mind.
Oh man, it's like 90s incarnate at that point, right? Like,
yeah,
every bully had a cut off jean vest, just like in Little Rascals.
Really thin ponytail.
Oh.
Greasy ponytail.
So Bulk and Skull steal it.
Yeah.
But because they're astronauts, they just rebuild the car normally.
Yeah.
Like, you kidding me? It's a soapbox car. I can redo this.
It's wheels on a box.
Yeah.
So they make it again, realize the mistakes they made the first time, and just make an infinitely better car the second time.
They just make a real car.
We have rocket fuel.
They have access
We're
to all,
gonna win this.
They have access to all of NASA's supplies.
Oh, yeah. They got the budget, too. This thing cost $1 billion.
Astronaut card?
Yeah.
Which I assume they have.
Yeah, I would assume so too.
All right. So Bulk and Skull they just lose.
Yeah.
They don't even come close.
The wheels all fall off.
Can they still be named Storm and Norman, like from the
Gulf War?
No, that's the name of one of the carts in Little Rascals in '94.
Oh, really? I don't even remember
Yeah,
that.
there's one. It was like it looked like a tank, like an old school tank. And it was Storm and Norman.
That's awesome.
Because Storm and Norman is the nickname of an American general in the Gulf War. Yeah, I never made that connection before.
I never saw that. I don't even remember the tank.
Well, then maybe I've seen that movie a few too many
Maybe
times.
you're just on the IMDb page
That's
right
not
now.
on the but I am on the
busted.
page.
All right.
So Bulk and Skull lose.
Yeah.
How do the guys lose in the end if we're not doing this Cool Runnings weights idea?
I can still do it.
No, it's fine.
I'm just still thinking of taglines. It's like, if you love Little Rascals, you'll love this movie. That's it.
You'll love Shuttlecocks.
Shuttlecock. It's like Little Rascals meets sexy.
You still say Little Rascals meets Space Cowboys meets
Coyote Ugly.
Space.
Coyote
Yeah,
Ugly.
space.
All right. How do they lose? We got to finish this.
Yeah.
How do they lose? So Donald Sutherland helped them win. The girls win.
Yeah.
Could Clint Eastwood see that he's going to win, but then...
Of course, and they have to take it at the last second.
And
right?
then-
He lets them.
Yeah, but he lets them win in the end.
He
Yeah.
lets them win.
Because-
so there was no way, even with the Donald Sutherland helping the women cheat, it still took a man to let them win.
Maybe we shouldn't go down this road then.
Chris, what would your mother say?
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this. These are the people I hang out with. Don't blame me.
Blame those sexy little rascals.
Always. Anyways, okay, no,
Okay. I think because they build their car, it launches into the air because they make an actual mini space shuttle.
And they miss
but are
the-
disqualified.
they missed the tape that they need to break through
but
at the end.
Yeah, there we go. And then the girls soar through.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So their car should look like a mini space shuttle. Then.
Yeah. And it could end very
course.
similar to Grease when they're just flying
I was thinking
away.
that. I was
the
thinking
car.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, I just thought something
Fades to black.
terrible. Oh man.
I don't know if I want you to say it.
It's not racist this time.
This
It's just
time.
their cart is the space shuttle, but Space Shuttle Challenger or Columbia,
Yeah.
So
and it blows up before they finish, and the girls win.
I love it. They're doing it. But I guess for the happy ending, after it goes in, so that'd be really funny. So it's the Grease, and they're like, everyone's happy, and they're flying up, and they're like, oh, we're going back to space, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
But then the girls win, and they're cheering. Cut to the hospital. Full body cast for comedy, right?
Yeah.
And they're sitting in their beds, and they're like, that could have gone better.
Yeah. Good.
And the explosion, for some reason, changes
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood's mind.
I was
He's
so-
brushed with
When
death.
I was soaring back to Earth after our rocket ship, the Challenger, blew up, I
And then change.
realized the error of my ways.
So this is third act slowed down.
Yeah. And then it cuts with the big party, much like the Zion party.
Oh, and then Fortunate Son kicks back in, right?
Yeah.
And they're all partying away.
Mm-hmm.
The end. Oh, God.
I like it.
Spaceman's
All right.
man.
So,
face.
hey, it's going to be tough because we always forget. We got to recap.
Okay.
So 19-minute long take of coming into the ISS.
45-minute long take of like the experimental film, and then a
Oh, yeah.
19-minute scene after that.
of just partying nonstop on the ISS with the "No Girls Allowed" sign, and the women astronauts are off in the other part of the space station.
Yeah. Good.
Where they launched in the escape pod, so they wouldn't
Oh
have
yeah,
to deal
they're
with
launched
it.
into the escape pod back to Earth.
Yeah.
Well, I said into space, but if you want to make it happier,
Well, yeah, because they're gonna need more people on the women's team.
that should be Roberta Bonder and Sally Ride. That's why they're so mad
This
as
is
well.
historically inaccurate.
It's about the little rascals in space.
It's currently inaccurate.
It's as historically inaccurate as Leprechaun in space.
I'd watch that.
I did watch
the
it.
movie Leprechaun?
Yeah, they did the space one.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Huh.
so bad. Oh man.
Oh, jeez, I know.
Leprechaun into Hood,
Yeah.
Leprechaun in space. I think there's one more. And there's like weird mutant spiders in space as well. It's awful.
Makes sense.
All right, finish Act 1. I don't know what Act 2 was, to be honest.
No, Act 1, he
He goes to
he
the
goes
bar.
back
Yeah.
down to Earth, and then they tell him, yeah, you're too old and you're not going to be able to fly in
Yeah,
space.
and then he's in the bar, and
Yeah, so he's like drinking. He's like, yeah, I just got laid off the Superways world, and
Yeah.
the guy's like, yeah, I know. And then smash cut to
So
montage of starting
Yeah.
this.
That's
this
Act
bar.
2.
More and more rings and chains.
Yeah,
Just-
he's living it up.
Okay.
In that man.
And then there's opposition against it
yeah.
from female astronauts, and Jesus.
Yeah.
This is so hard to remember. Then stuff happens, a soapbox derby race takes place, and they
Yeah.
blow up like the Challenger.
And then the women are allowed into the all men.
Yeah,
Alright,
and
so-
what would they have to rename it Shuttlecocks. What would they rename it? They can't call it that anymore. There's women allowed.
Shuttle.
Box. Oh god.
And that's it for this.
Shuttlecocks and box.
I was gonna say shuttlecocks and hatches, but yeah, the hatch on the
I got it.
Spaceship?
I got it.
Yeah.
better than box.
Oh, I could have been inanimate rods.
Yeah.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Rods are penises. God damn it. All right.
Good. Tagline. I'm going to veto the
that's terrible.
shuttlecocks. Nobody wants to hear you scream.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
If I have a veto as well, I will waste my veto on already vetoing something that's been vetoed. That's how much I don't want that tagline.
Hey, I said it was a work in progress.
Where's the progress?
Working on it.
Oh, okay.
We had other spaceman's man space, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Because we gloss over a lot of major points.
Yeah.
Spaceman's man space.
Oh.
It's out of this world.
Of course. Of course.
That was your line.
Yeah, I know. It's out of this world.
I can't believe we didn't come up with anything for this. Spaceman's man space.
Oh.
I got nothing.
No.
This is a bummer.
Oh man.
Dead air.
This is just like. Oh, this is a terrible one too.
Just
It's not
say it.
good.
Just say
Even
it.
in space, a man needs space.
All right, so spaceman's man space. Even in space, a man needs space. Done.
Hold on. Genre pick?
We
done
gave
that.
up on that.
Yeah, okay.
Two Idahoan